Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is The History Goer. This is my first video, so please be kind, even though I do appreciate all comments, positive and negative, in the comments below. So let's get into our first video. St James Church in Trowbridge, Wiltshire goes back over 800 years, and this is its story. The history of St James Church in Trowbridge, Wiltshire goes back to when a Saxon church made primarily out of wood, which was built near the River Biss. This church was later replaced by one made of finely cut stone in the mid-10th century. During the start of the 12th century, Trowbridge Castle was built, and within it contained the church. However, with the growth of the town came the need for a new church, which was built around 1200. The Saxon church, which had been in the service of Trowbridge Castle, would later be demolished and the foundations flattened. The new church would be built near the site of the previous. In the 14th century, changes and additions would be made to the church, when a spire was added to the tower, and John of Gaunt, the lord of the manor at the time, may have rebuilt the chancel. Around 1450, the nave and chapels were demolished, and the church rebuilt on grander lines in the contemporary perpendicular style. In the time of Elizabeth I, the chancel received an elaborate ribbed plaster ceiling. Throughout his tour of England and Wales, the Welsh antiquary and scholar John Leland visited Trowbridge in 1540, and he described the church as lightsome and fair. Between the 17th and 18th centuries, a lot of non-conformist activity took place in the town and surrounding areas, and this caused the church to suffer and experience periods of neglect, with many of the richer people leaving the town. Following this, the building was in a very bad state of disrepair, and during the mid-19th century, with the spire being held together by nothing but iron bands, pieces of masonry falling off, and dangerous columns and arches, something needed to be done. By 1848, Reverend J.D. Hastings had been the major force behind the restoration of not only the church, but also tidying up the graveyard and having Church Street widen. But in 1856, the graveyard was closed and the church itself retained only 18 pre-restoration monuments, preserving a sense of its long history. Some sources state that between 1926 and 1930, battlements, pinnacles, and the top of the spire were repaired, while in 1953 the Duke Chapel was restored to its original purpose as the Lady Chapel. For those that don't know, a Lady Chapel is a British term given to a chapel that is dedicated solely to Mary, the Mother of Jesus Christ. In 1950, the church was designated as a Grade 1 building. This grade of listing means that the building is of exceptional interest and is considered to be of the highest significance in terms of national, architectural, or historical importance. These buildings are relatively rare, making up only about 2% of all listed buildings, and often include structures like cathedrals, castles, and large historic houses. In May of 1986, a fire caused damage to the roof of the nave, and there was much water and smoke damage. The cost of repairs was around £200,000. 4 years later, on the 25th of January 1990, just after midday, Trowbridge was struck by the Burnstay storm that blew off the top of the 20-foot spire, which fell through the previously undamaged part of the nave and ceiling. No one was injured, and the church was restored for a cost of £400,000. George Crabb was a poet and rector of St James Church from 1814 until his death in 1832. He was under the patronage of the 5th Duke of Rutland, John Henry Manners. Thomas Helliker, also known as the Trowbridge Martyr, was a figure in early English trade union history who was hanged on his 19th birthday for his supposed role in machine breaking at a Wiltshire woolen mill. His conviction has been challenged as controversial and faulty, and he is now regarded as a victim of anti-Luddite sentiment. Colleagues then took his body and carried it all the way back across Salisbury Plain, back to Trowbridge, and on the 22nd of March 2003, the anniversary of his hanging was marked by a ceremony by the side of his tomb, and it was then said that he is an important figure in the town's history, and I think it is important that it doesn't go without being marked. His tomb is in the yard of the church to this day. That now brings us to the present day, with the church being a central monument within the town of Trowbridge and hosting regular Sunday morning sermons and continuing to engage with the local communities for events and activities. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you all next time. Just want to say, everybody, sorry for speaking so fast. This is my first video. Nerves got to me, and that's why I kind of rush things. Plus, I'm still using basic software from my phone to PC, stuff like that. But sorry, tongue twisters. I probably will redo the video at some point down the line when I've got better at editing. But if you like the video, please drop a like and a sub. But yeah, hope you all have a great day.